What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've taken quite some time off for myself, and I still feel like I need a little bit more time off, but I've been in the garage here kind of cleaning up a little bit, and there's a few things that I need to move, some to the storage, some into the cars. These last couple of days I've just been sleeping, resting up, and getting checked out and stuff like that. I have another appointment like 2 days from now, and I'm hoping to get a full body scan to kind of further dig into what's going on with my body. But we're still out here, we're still kicking, and I just want to move some of this stuff out of the garage. So I want to show you some of the stuff that I kind of acquired that I don't think I've talked about. I don't think I've posted about it either. But first and foremost, man, I want to give a big shout out to Matt for picking up these items for me in SoCal, because if you guys don't know, I live like 7 hours north, and I found these tires on Facebook. These are the same tires that I run on the ITAR wheels, same tires I'm running on the 949s on the wagon. They are discontinued and they are a little old, but they are brand new, and it was for a really good price. A lot of you guys have been wondering what tires I run on my cars, and it is actually these Kelly ATR K Sports. These are discontinued. They are R compound. They are really nice. I tracked on them on the KRX, and I really do love them. But they are discontinued. You can't really find them anymore. I found this one on Facebook. It is a single 225 5015, and I believe this one was like 70 bucks or something like that, and Matt went to go pick it up for me because it wasn't too far from him. And searching Facebook a little bit more with the same tire size 225 50s, it just so happens that I came across another one. This one here, same size, same brand. This one was 60 bucks, I believe it was, and it is also brand spanking new. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with these tires. I just love the way it looks, the way it worked when it worked. These tires are a little bit old. I believe this is like a 2015 or something like that, which is, I believe, the first years that it came out. I don't remember, because when it did first came out, I did buy the 2 sets right off the bat from R Compound USA. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these tires. They might just be spare tires to have on wheels. They may just be front wheel drive drag pack, because I actually have 2 in the storage that are 195 5015s, and these are 225. So maybe a little street drag pack for a front wheel drive Honda or something, I don't know. But for the price, I couldn't pass it up. So shout out to Matt for picking these up for me and delivering them to my brother while he was down there for my niece's graduation. And these are actually going to go to the storage until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. But for right now, we're gonna sit in the garage. And there is another big item that I acquired, and this one I want to give a big shout out to the homie Evan. Evan was roaming the yard the other day, and while he was hanging out in the yard, they dropped a Y49 CRX, and it had a front-end collision. It was pretty bad. I was here at home just kind of, you know, doing my usual garage thing, and he was like, hey man, is there anything you need from this car? I'm like, honestly, I don't really need much from it anymore. And then he FaceTimed me, and I saw the car, I saw the interior, and I saw the seats. Mint condition seats. So shout out to the homie Evan, because he picked up these seats for me, along with some eBay floor mats, which are really clean, that I want to throw into the H2B car, because the carpet is not in the greatest condition. But he picked up these seats for me and these floor mats. So let me show you guys that real quick. These right here are the floor mats. They're pretty damn clean. Probably gonna give them a good scrub, let them dry up, and put them off to the side until we stick them to the car. So these right here are the 8889 CRX SI seats. The SI seats from the 8089 differs quite a bit from the 9091. Obviously, the seat pan and the rails are a little bit different, and the gradation in the center is a little bit different. The 9091 is like a black and red stitch, where the 8089 is gray. So these right here are gonna be I actually kind of debated on it. I was gonna put these in the H2B car to keep my Del Sols, but then I was like, my KRX is an 88 as well too, and I wanted to take the Recaro out of that car and make the KRX a little bit more comfortable with these SI seats. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. Today, I'm going to scrub these seats down a little bit, and then we're going to put them into the KRX. And then I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to put the Recaro in the sedan in today's video. Maybe test fit it. But the goal is just to get these out of the garage and put into the KRX. Mint condition, 88, 89 CRX SI seats. Haven't driven the KRX lately, so it is parked right here, obviously, because the wagon's on the driveway, and I have a car cover over it because I don't want all the freaking leaves to get in between the crevices, because I don't have my cowl, which is this plastic panel for the windshield wipers. So you can see right here all caked up, so I have the car cover just to prevent that. And bring this over here. Now it may not look great, but it drives freaking amazing. So I did say the car was an 88, and it does have a passenger 9091 SI seat. So when I mentioned earlier, black with the red stripe, red stitch, this is the 9091 style. And Static, how'd you get a 9091 seat in an 88 chassis? Because the seat rails and the pans are different. When it comes to like a different year seat into a different year car, I always make these little brackets that kind of it's an adapter, you know what I'm saying? It bolts to the current rail, and then the adapter, because I'm making it, I make it to where it reaches the other mounting point. So I don't remember how I did this car, but let me show you guys. If you look, 88, 89 bolts right there. 9091 sits on a pedestal on the tunnel. And what I did here was I made this little bracket that bolts up to the seat belt location right here. There's, oh, it even has a cover on it. There's a bolt right there, and then I made a bracket that goes up to bolt up to the seat rail of the 9091. So that's how I make these seats fit in here, vice versa. The wagon has 88, 89 seats, and the chassis is a 91, and it has, I believe, 2 brackets in the back because they're far apart. CRX hatch, they all have their different ways, but yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt this seat. This is probably the seat I'm gonna take to the storage. I do have the matching driver with this one, obviously, because I have a Recaro over there. And yeah, forgot my tools. This is the bracket that I made right here. That's right, 9091 seats in an 8089 chassis. Been in there for 3 years. I'm just now realizing that the seat has its own buckle, and that means I don't need these guys. Wait a minute, tad bit confused. I'm even more confused. The seat rails bolts where the 9091 seat sat. I am super duper confused. My car is an 88. Why does 88, 89 seat have 9091 rails? So I have that rail bolted up to the bracket that I made, right? And now this side has a fat gap, size of a 17mm socket. Look at that. And the seat sits straight. So I'm actually pretty confused about the whole railing system right now between the 8089 and 9091. I know they are different, obviously, right? But for this car, these seats came out of a CRX 8089. Obviously, look at the gradation, but it doesn't fit in my 88. It's weird. So I guess I'm gonna have to use some spacers or something for the time being, just to secure this back piece. And I mean, I've always ran on brackets with this car anyways. Feels perfectly fine, so spacers shouldn't be a big deal. But I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board to figure out what the heck is going on back here. So I have these S1 diff mount spacer that I didn't use in my car because I didn't need to, and they are a perfect fit. I'm going to get my longer 12 mil here. Go ahead and secure this into place. That's my neighbor. All right, pretty dang firm. So you guys probably saw in the laps, I didn't scrub the seats down. One, because I can't find my soft brush, and I don't want to use my medium or hard because I don't want to like tear into the fabric. So I didn't scrub it at all, but the seats itself is super clean, although it probably does need a scrub because if you look, that is a lot of dust. That is a lot of dust. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do the driver's side, grab all my stuff here. This Recaro right here came out of an EJ1, and I did keep the rails on it. This was a modified rail from Synergy, and you can see all the welds right there to get the seat to fit into an EJ1. And because it's in the CRX now, I didn't have any rails at the time. You guys are going to be surprised on how I made this all work. Because the rails were already modified, I did the same thing. All I did was add a tab to the factory mounting point, drilled a hole, and bolted it down. This one actually fits. I'm sure you guys the back in a second. On the back rail, oh, this one actually matches up. This one I made a new bracket. You can see that. So that means when I put the other seat in, I'm gonna need to make another bracket like that one over here. So I had this originally mounted a second ago without the spacer, and I went to the front of the car to look at the seat, and it was super crooked. So I had to use a spacer to level it out. Now it's leveled out. Interesting. So this is the bracket for the passenger side. From the looks of it, pretty symmetrical all the way down, and I'm just gonna replicate this. This is the only flat stock that I had. I had to weld up the hole right here, grind it flat so I can use it, and hopefully this is enough to replicate that. So let's go ahead and start measuring and cutting. All right, so this is the driver's side bracket for the right rear, and this is the passenger side. Yup, replicated that. So this is still drying up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and let it hang here for a couple more minutes. This is the quick dry paint, so it should dry fairly quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back into the car. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, seeing a stock seat on the driver's side looks weird to me. I'm gonna have to get used to this, because ever since I've had this car, I've always had the Recaro in it, and it looks funny to have a factory seat in it. But I will probably say that I am going to enjoy the comfort of the driver's side, because this car, super stiff. Lucy, you gonna sit all over my chair again, get your fur all over it? It's leaning on this side. It's like a little tall, but if I space the outer, it should straighten it out, but pretty straight for the most part. So we'll go ahead and adjust the seat and see how it feels. Move your head, bro. I will say this sits really low. I'm loving it. All right, so we got both seats installed. We'll figure the position of this later. For the most part, all four is mounted on both sides of the seat, and that's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to get it out of the garage. So the night has failed, guys. I spent a little time here in the garage trying to find my freaking soft brush, and ended up just kind of cleaning the garage a little bit more, cutting down a bunch of boxes to throw in the recycling bin, and just kind of consolidating all the stuff that's going to be going into the van so I can take it to the storage tomorrow if we're not going to be needing it for a little while. So tomorrow I'm probably going to do all of that, but I was looking for my soft brush because I was going to clean the floor mats tonight, just to get them all nice and dried up for tomorrow so we can put them in the H2B car. But I can't find it. I only have the hard brush, which is a little too brittle for carpeting, and I don't want to go like fraying out the carpet material and stuff. So I'll probably do it a different day when I find it. All I wanted to do in today's video was just to get the SI seats off the floor, because my cat's been sleeping on it for everywhere, but lint roller and some vacuum clean it up really nicely. The seats were originally purchased to put into the H2B car because I wanted to keep my Del Sol seats, and then I was like, even if I kept the Del Sol seats, when am I ever going to use it, right? So I was like, you know what, let's just leave the Del Sols in the H2B car. It looks good in there, and take the SI seats, the 8089, to put into the KRX so we could have comfort in that car, and take the Recaro to put into the sedan so we can be more in control, with me being, you know, stuffed in a really nice bucket seat. So later down the road, we'll put the Recaro into the sedan. Right now, the car is not even tuned, so we'll just, you know, sort all the main stuff with this car first and worry about the cosmetics later. And also, I was like sitting here thinking of the SI seat that I pulled out of the KRX, which is the 9091 style. I think I'm going to end up using those in the EF2. I think I'm going to use them in the EF2. My original first sedan had 9091 SI hatchback seats in it. It's been in there since day one, 10 years. And if I can't find JDM ITR Recaros at a good deal for when I build my sedan, the EF2, I'll rock the SIs for now. The black sedan seat that I got for the car is kind of crusty, looks more grayish, so I figured, you know what, if I want to sit nice and low, let's just throw the SI seats. I have like literally 3 pairs of them in the storage unit, so we'll just toss it into the EF sedan when time comes. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up for this video. I wasn't trying to do too much. I think installing seats in the car was easy peasy, aside from having to make brackets because the rails confuse me. But anyways, seat installation, not a huge deal. We got it done and out of the way. I have been working on cars off camera, but not actual cars. I've been working on this right here, and I've also been kind of working on these guys up here, but I don't want to shed too much light on that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more shenanigans here in the garage, be sure to hit the subscribe button. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.